Believe yourself as you talk to yourself. Listen to yourself to understand what you're saying. Ask yourself for a talk. Believe yourself when you give yourself answers because you can. Believe yourself when you think you know that person or know what is that thing you've been looking for your whole life. Believe yourself when your other self tells you it's okay to be sad, especially at certain times, because that's part of the journey. Believe yourself when your mind suggests things that seem too perfect to be true, because they probably are for you. Listen to yourself, believe yourself, and try it. You can only win, but you can't lose. Believing what we imagine it and would like to happen in our life is the first step implementing the change towards success. How many times do we have desires, ambitions, brilliant idea that works perfectly and make us happy at the thoughts of realizing them? How many people actually make them? Is the eternal substantial difference between who's successful and who's not. According to the common logic ideology, these people have particular abilities, important friendship, someone who helps or recommends them. In fact, it's just like that, because these people actually have someone on their side as well as a particular ability. They are in harmony with themselves and believe firmly in their mind and therefore in themselves. These people imagine, desire, and then act accordingly to achieve their goals, firmly believing that these are realistic and achievable. If you don't believe in and commit yourself, you don't realize. Deepak Chopra said you must find a place in yourself where nothing is impossible. We must not allow ourselves to be limited by the presumed impossibility, by placing obstacles that we don't even know if they really exist. We also should begin to choose different sentences, or at least eliminate those that harm us, damage us, like "I can't." In this regard, Paul R. Scale said, "The phrase 'I can't' is the most powerful denial force of the human psyche." Don't throw our lives away and don't make excuses to avoid living better. It's a gift too big to be wasted. Any reason we give ourselves not to live, it's wrong. Jane Fonda said, "It's never too late. Never too late to start. Never too late to be happy."
Hi, how are you? Hi, I am good. Are you sure? Not really. It's that I feel anguish and I'm afraid. Afraid of what? Why do you feel distressed? I'm distressed by the fact that I have made errors of evaluation in the choice of life, and I'm afraid to be left with the fistful of flies in a hand, alone and without money. But why do you say these things? Did something bad happen? Did someone tell you something? Well, someone said there are things to fix to make the product better. So my product's done good. But these are feedbacks. We have talked about that many times. They are useful, especially at the beginning, for better direct ourselves. You should be happy that there is someone who wants to help you. In fact, he said improve and not eliminate. Yes, but come on, what else is there? Well, it really is that nothing happened. There is emptiness around my things. It seems there is an indifference to what I do, and this scares me to death, and I feel anguish and a sense of guilt because I made the wrong choice, since nobody cares about what I do. But you know better than me that building it doesn't take a day, and that you have to create strong foundations if you wanted to withstand time and vicissitudes. Yes, I understand this, but what if after all the work done, nobody likes building? What do I do? Do I break it down or I keep on my back? It will have only wasted time. But you, when you started this path, did you do it for yourself or for others? It is true that your product is for people, but you started the journey for yourself. And remember that when you build something, it is never a waste of time, because the result will be seen and traces will remain, always. This is true. But it seems that I work, build, but never see anything. It all seems flat and still around me, while the rest of the world runs. I understand the problem. And are the old habits always are to die? Let me close this conversation with two reminders. The first, you should never compare yourself with others, because everyone has its own times, result, and history. There isn't and will never be a single road that is the same for everyone. Second, when anguish arises and you think you have not done anything, turn back for a moment and look where you were at the beginning and where you are today, and honestly answer these questions. Am I the same person? Do I think and act the same way? What were the goals achieved and with the deadline set for me? After which, rejoice and be grateful for the new person you have become. You're right. It is good to have talked about with you. Bye and love you. It's always a pleasure. And I'm always here. Bye and I love you so much.
What do you want? Who are you looking for? Often these two simple but profound questions crop on in our mind. Often we would like to know from others who we are, what we want, and who we are looking for. And the others, in equally simple but unconsciously profound, answers us, if you don't know yourself, you are the answer to these questions. We are convinced that important answers are always complex and far from us. But if we stop a moment to reflect, we understand that it is the exact opposite. We have the ability to generate the correct answers to all those existential questions that we often ask ourselves and for which we hardly ever find an answer. Sometimes we think it is the question that has been asked badly, and albeit true at times, the problem is that we ask the questions to the wrong person, because the right one to ask resides within us. You are the source, and only you can answer. No one better than you can understand where and what has gone wrong, and no one better than you can know what you want. As for looking for that person from which to get inspiration, guide, that person to be taken as a model because it is exactly how we would like to be, that person who once found will give us that sense of fullness, happiness, love that we have always been looking for, but we have never found, having never known that person who could give it to us. Well, we live in a form of energetic and spiritual sleep, Because exactly like understanding what you want, that person you're looking for and that corresponds to the type of person you would like to be is nothing but the real you who tries to manifest himself. You are already so. Just let your true self come out and show off. Everything else will come by itself.